Yo, yo, how's it going, people? Going live for a little bit. Here in my bedroom. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you're taking advantage of this opportunity to stay home and, learning and maybe trading stocks. Ideally, not just watching movies and Netflix and playing video games and being bored. I see a lot of people's stories and they're like, oh, I'm so bored. Why don't you learn? That's what the internet is for. We might have developed these deadly viruses, but at least we developed, the internet and all these educational tools. I know it's scary, but Austin says, come party in Miami. No, I'm not going to party in Miami. You shouldn't be partying right now. Too many people are taking this like it's like a spring break. You realize there's a deadly virus that's spreading. And I know a lot of young people think they're invincible. You're not. And more importantly, even if you don't necessarily get that sick, you could probably spread it. So have some compassion for people, who are older, who have pre-existing conditions. People asking me about stocks. Just see the link in my bio. Get in my chat room. It's crazy how many stocks are moving. I'm just trying to keep up. I made about $2,000 today. Left some money on the table with teetee after hours. It looks like it's going to run big tomorrow, but IMAC was crazy today, up 1,000%, madness. But yeah, you guys want updates on the market. It literally changes every day. Today was fantastic. It was, I think, the best market day ever in terms of percentage gain. Will it last? It's a very risky move to say that the virus is just going to stop spreading. Every other country in the world is locking up and the U.S. is like, oh, we're open for business. Probably not the smartest idea. But again, if you watched President Trump's press conference, he was very flexible, you might want to say. He backed off on bold statements when he had doctors around saying, yeah, it would be good to, be ready for business by Easter. But it all depends on the spread. And as far as pretty much every country around the world is showing, the spread is not slowing down yet. Although Italy is. But they did a whole lockdown on March 11th. So how do I find PR so fast? Just use Stocks to Trade. I link Stocks to Trade all the time. It's in there. You just got to look. Bottom is in. Maybe. I hope. I don't want the market to keep dropping. I'm getting messages from people who have lost 20, 30, 50% of their savings. It's crazy. All my students and I are fine because I've been warning about this for years, frankly. I played it overly safe. GHS I was on fire. What did GHS I close at? I was buying it in the 40s. I saw it got up to the 50s. I sold a little too soon, but I locked in some profits. How do you get started? See the link in my bio. You got to learn. All I am is a teacher. I'm never going to offer investments. I'm sorry that my account was hacked with some crazy crypto pool, but anybody who studies my stuff knows that, I will never offer investments and I have imposters galore. It sucks. Look at this. People, I can't control hackers, guys. If you're, getting involved in crypto pools, you should expect to lose everything. Crypto and pools, I don't even know what a crypto pool is, to tell you the truth. I had to look it up. But I'm still locked out of my Twitter, in case some of you guys are wondering why I'm not wishing people good morning. I can't get back into Twitter. Welcome to what happens when you get hacked. I'm working on it. But again, you guys got to just study. All of my top students are self-sufficient. I'm just training wheels. And I just teach patterns and rules and stuff like that. How can you get one-on-one with me? You can't. You get into my chat room. That's best case scenario. So many people come to me and they're like, I just have one question. Why won't you answer my one question? Multiply your question times literally 1,000 people per day. Everybody has one question. There's not enough time in the day. There's not enough breath in my lungs to answer all questions all the time. You challenge students, I have a webinar tomorrow. So I hope you have your questions ready. And again, if you want in on my weekly webinars, see the link in my bio. Patterns, what's my favorite? I love dip buying morning panics and lately first green day OTCs, but you don't even have to hold overnight. GAXY was a great sell into the close. Same thing with LUVU and ABMC. You actually don't have to hold it overnight anymore because these stocks are going crazy into the close. Same thing with IMAC today. Up 1,000%. Like, it's madness. D says, I lost my business due to the pandemic. I'm interested in learning. Not sure how I'll make it through this. I'm sorry to hear. A lot of people are going through tough times. All you can do is try to take advantage of the opportunity that this pandemic creates. When you're staying home, you have nothing else to do. You have no excuse not to learn and study. Let's see. Yeah, I hope IMAC drops tomorrow. I want to, dip by it into a morning panic. That would be great. Harry says, typical white fool. Thank you. I am a white fool. All I can do is teach what I've learned over the past 20 plus years. Anybody is welcome to ignore my lessons. You can get into crypto pools if you want, see how you do. You can bet against some of these penny stocks, see how you do. Anybody who wants to learn, again, you're welcome to ignore my rules or you're welcome to learn from them. The link is in my bio. I know that so many of you guys are DMing me. I'm trying to catch up on DMs, but just click. There's one little link in my bio. I say it every day. Do click it and learn. And if you are broke and you still want to learn, I have 1,400 free YouTube videos. So you can't say that, I'm just charging money and that's why you're not learning. They're free YouTube videos. Some of you guys are just lazy fucks, and I call you out on it, but it doesn't change anything. You're still lazy. So it's up to you to study. It's up to you to learn. GHS I is at 55 after hours. Yeah, and I was buying it in the 45 range, 46 range. So pretty good. Is Forex safe in this market? Forex is never safe. Forex is never safe. Crypto is never safe. Binary options are a fucking scam. You got to learn what's real and what's not. I wouldn't trade options either. I know a lot of people who make a lot and then they lose it all. With penny stocks, the whole world hates on them, but my rule number one is I cut losses quickly. So if you follow rule number one, it's tough to lose a lot of money. Please talk about what you can expect from my course. I'll teach you everything. 20 plus years, lessons, rules, patterns, what to do, what not to do, how to spot the hottest stocks, how to take the right position size, when to cut losses, when to add to your position, when to dip buy, when to buy breakouts, when to short sell. Yeah, I just stick with the stock market. It's done well for me. So, with 20 plus years experience in one niche, it's made me a millionaire many times over. It's made many of my top students millionaires many times over. What are your thoughts on stock buybacks? None of the companies I trade do buybacks, and I think they're irrelevant. Bad connection. Everyone's on the internet. Someone says you're a machine. Yeah, I was looking for a break. I've been, frankly, rooting for a crash for a while, not so that people will lose money, but just so I'd have a break. But now that the crash has happened, I'm busier than ever with more students because all my competitors basically blew up. And people see that I'm real and I kind of warned about this. Someone says, I know nothing about stocks. Again, link in my bio. I teach beginners. It doesn't matter if you know nothing. It doesn't matter if you're good at math or that smart. I'm not that smart. I'm not that good at math. None of my top students are. It's all about pattern recognition. Really, the question you should ask yourself, are you good at Tetris or Pong? Are you good at picking patterns and playing video games? That's basically what I do. How long did it take me for my first million? Basically a year and a half. But I got started in 99 and 2000. I got started during the bubble. It's a very different time. Although right now, I believe there's a bubble in coronavirus stocks. Yeah, iMac had so many halts today. I wasn't even tempted to trade it. I don't do well with all these halts on a stock. Pattern recognition plus risk management plus being meticulous. I'm there every single day, no matter where I am in the world. No matter what time zone I'm in. So it's consistency, and it gets easier over time. My top student might be over $10 million in profits, but he made nothing his first 9 months. He was just learning and practicing. So can people make nothing for 9 months or 12 months or 16 months or 24 months and still stick with it and recognize that, the key to getting wealthy, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Most people don't have that patience. Most people want fast money. And that's the wrong attitude. Come on, reconnect. I think anybody who does anything illegal is a fucking idiot. There's so much honest money to be made, whether you're a trader, investor, teacher, personal chef these days, or a trainer. You can make a video lesson series. Jay Bell says, I want to thank you for all your lessons. I'm now broken into profits. Good. I don't just teach U.S. residents. I teach people worldwide. You can be anywhere in the world. You just need to be dedicated. I do not teach lazy people. If you see some of the hate about me on the internet, I go after lazy people because I'm trying to change their flawed mentality. I'm trying to help them realize that it's not their fault. They should never blame themselves if they're lazy. It's their, the failure of their parents, the failure of their teachers, and maybe a little bit themselves too. But lazy people don't go very far in life. And I'm going to call them out time and again. I'll piss off most of them, but they're irrelevant anyways. And I'll change a few of them into recognizing, their flawed mentality. I use E-Trade and Interactive Brokers. That's it. Keep it simple. Neither of the brokers are that great, but I say that they suck the least. Robinhood seems to suck the most. It was down for like 2 days when the market was really panicking. I got so many just terrible messages. What do I think about gold? I mean, again, it's a guessing game. I think most things in the stock market and in life are guessing games. I stick in my, little pond because it's pretty predictable what I trade. If you don't live in the U.S., can you trade U.S. stocks? Yeah. I mean, I have students in over 100 countries. As long as you have internet access. If you're watching this, you have internet access. So you can trade, you can learn. Does the 7-step framework work on NASDAQ? Yeah, it's crazy how my 7-step framework works really well, even for higher price stocks lately. How much is my program? Again, if you click the link in my bio, you have so many different options. I have full-time students. I have part-time students. You get to choose your dedication level. Yeah, iMac dropped after hours. I mean, it's up too much. It's up 1,000%. That's just crazy. I live chat and live trade in my chat room. And again, if you become my challenge student, that's where all my millionaire students are, and they get live webinars. Do I think the U.S. dollar will crash? Considering I have most of my money in U.S. dollars, no, I don't think it'll crash. In fact, during this, the U.S. dollar has been the strongest asset. Gold typically is the strongest asset, but lately it's been the U.S. dollar. When's my next interview with Grattani? I was actually supposed to go down to the Caribbean to visit him. He moved down to the Caribbean. We're going to celebrate his $10 million plus milestone, but with the whole travel quarantine and the issues, I didn't go down. So I have to go down there eventually. What do I think about NBDR? I've been buying NBDR since 2 cents multiple times, and it got up to 8 cents today, which was crazy. Thank you for everything you do. Represent Jews. Shalom. My pleasure. If you go to timothysykes.com/plans, you can get in the chat room. You don't have to join my challenge. But the challenge, again, is where I create all the millionaires because they get the webinars, they get the archives, they get to chat with Tim Grattani, Mark Crook, Michael Good, 3 of my top millionaire students. I'll do a watch